The train slid into Maplewood Station with the gentle screech of metal, slowing to a sigh before stopping completely. Elena Rivera stepped down, her navy suitcase rolling behind her on the uneven wooden planks. This town, quiet, small, wrapped in pine trees, was the last place she expected to be again. Yet here she was, 10 years later, her heart pounding in a rhythm she hadn't felt since she was 18. She inhaled deeply. The air smelled the same, pine needles, river mist, and something soft she used to call home. The reason she returned had nothing to do with nostalgia. Her mother needed help selling the old bookstore after her father's passing. A simple visit, she told herself, a week, maybe 2. Then she'd go back to New York, to her stable routine, to the safe life she built brick by careful brick. What she didn't plan for was running into Liam Hart. She first saw him on the second afternoon by the riverbank behind the bookstore. He was standing on the old wooden pier, worn jeans rolled up, hands in his pockets, staring at the water like it held answers. His hair, once a wild summer brown, had darkened. His shoulders seemed broader, steadier. But his eyes, those warm, laughing eyes, hadn't changed at all. Elena froze. Memories rushed into her like a tide breaking through a thin door. He turned. "Elena?" His voice cracked slightly on her name, like he hadn't said it out loud for a long time. She swallowed. "Hi, Liam." Silence settled between them, thick but not uncomfortable. It felt too familiar, too easy. "You're back," he finally said. "Just for a little while." She hugged her arms around herself, suddenly unsure if she was cold or nervous. Liam nodded, stepping closer. "I heard about your dad. I'm really sorry." She lowered her gaze. "Thanks." He hesitated, then asked softly, "Can I show you something? Won't take long." Elena considered refusing. It would be safer. Their past was full of unfinished sentences and unanswered questions. But some part of her, the part that remembered summer nights and shared secrets, said yes. "Lead the way." They walked along the familiar river trail until they reached the old bridge. The paint had peeled, the boards creaked. But when she stood there, she felt every memory vibrating beneath her feet. "Do you remember?" Liam asked. She laughed lightly. "This is where we carved our names. You swore we wouldn't get caught." "We almost did," he grinned. "But we were fast." "You were fast," she corrected. "I nearly tripped." "You always did run like you were thinking too much." They found the carving with surprising ease. L+E 2013. The letters were faded, but still visible, stubborn like first love. Elena's breath caught. "I can't believe it's still here." "Some things hold on," Liam said quietly, "even when we don't." She looked at him, and for the first time in years, she saw the boy she once loved, patient, hopeful, brave in ways she wasn't. Back then, Elena had been the one to leave. She chose a scholarship in New York, telling herself it was the right decision. She was afraid to stay, afraid of loving someone so deeply she might lose herself. Liam had wanted her to follow her dreams, but she knew it broke him. His last words to her had been soft, almost whispered. "Come back if you ever want me to be part of your world again." She never did. Until now. "Liam," she began, but her voice faltered. He stepped back, giving her space. "You don't owe me anything. I'm glad you're here, that's all." But Elena shook her head, stepping closer. "I left without giving you a real explanation." "You were 17, he said gently, "and scared." "Still," she whispered, "I hurt you." He exhaled slowly. I won't lie. Yeah, it hurt. But we were kids, Elena. Life moves differently when you're young. But you didn't move on, she said softly. The words slipped out before she could stop them. He looked away, the river glittering behind him. I tried. A sudden breeze brushed past them. Elena tightened her grip on the bridge railing. I don't know why seeing you again feels like... She searched for a word. Like breathing after holding it too long? Liam offered. She nodded, startled. Exactly. They stood there, suspended in an old, aching tenderness neither of them expected. Finally, Liam said, You can stay angry at the past, Elena, or you can let it be the reason you choose differently now. Her heart clenched. What if I don't know how to choose? Then start small, he said softly. Have dinner with me. She blinked. Dinner? Just dinner, not a promise, not a future, just dinner. It was ridiculous how nervous she felt, but his voice, steady and warm, pulled her in like sunlight on cold skin. Okay, she whispered. Dinner. They met that evening at Maplewood's only riverside cafe, the place where high schoolers still ordered too many milkshakes and old couples danced on quiet nights. Liam arrived first, dressed simply but looking impossibly grounded. Elena felt something inside her soften. Dinner was easy, too easy. They talked about work, her life in New York, his job restoring old buildings, the town gossip. They laughed more than she expected. She felt present in a way she hadn't for years. When they walked out into the cool night, the sky glowing with stars, Liam paused. He said, I want to tell you something. Go on. I never stopped wishing you happiness, even when it hurt, even when I thought I'd never see you again. Elena's breath trembled. Liam? You don't have to say anything. I just needed you to know. But she shook her head, stepping closer. I think, she said slowly, that coming back wasn't just about the bookstore. Maybe I needed to find the part of myself I left here, the part that loved without fear. He swallowed hard. And did you find it? Elena reached for his hand, tentatively, like a question. He answered by intertwining his fingers with hers, like a promise. The river murmured behind them, carrying the memories of two teenagers who once carved their names into a bridge. Now, standing under the same sky, Elena realized something simple and profound. Some loves don't fade. They wait, quietly, patiently, like rivers remembering their source. And for the first time in years, Elena didn't feel lost. She felt home.